Morning, everyone. Morning. Hope everyone's well this morning after the disaster that was last night. We'll get into it in a bit. I don't really know what to say, actually. 3 individual mistakes made the score look horrendous. 5-2, obviously, to Madrid. I've just got to the point where I think now nothing's going to change at this club, and we're just going to go down. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we ain't sacked the manager. I don't know why the people upstairs are not making decisions. Yeah, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2. Sorry. How many more batterings has got to happen at this club? Hey, what are these dickheads doing upstairs? What are they doing? Nothing, obviously. Why is Vinay and Lang still here after that last night? And by the way, Igor's team selections are shocking, right? But, right, this ain't his fault. He's been dumped in the middle of this. He's just the one that's dumped in the middle. The players have got a lot to answer for, unfortunately. I watched the game back as well last night. I didn't get to bed till 2 o'clock this morning, trying to work out what was going on. And again, I will echo what Nige said on his show. Listen, the goalkeepers made mistakes. It was shocking, right? But he's going to be in bits, that kid, right? You got players coming off, substitution changes. At the end of the game, the manager's not even like, lads, all right, well done, tap, anything. There's nothing from him. So there's obviously no connection there. But is there going to be a connection with anyone? Because I just feel like most of them have just checked out. It's just a travesty. And unfortunately, with these players, I can't see any other outcome but going down. I really can't. There's some of them can't be bothered. Some of them have checked out. Some of them are already signing their contracts for their next team. The team selection's mad. Why ain't Xavi Simons playing? Why ain't Paulinho playing? Why ain't Gallagher playing? I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing. Honestly, I don't get what none of them are doing. Them or the manager or them on the pitch. Absolutely fuming this morning. Absolutely fuming. It's absolute total bollocks. I'm fed up with it. Morning, Steve. I feel so dejected this morning. We are worse now than we were under Thomas Frater. You didn't think you could get to any more of a low point, do you? And then we serve up this shit that we've been serving up. And again, to finish what I was saying about Kinksky, look, he's going to be broken. He is going to be broken, but what I would say is it's football. It's probably done his career at Tottenham. You'll probably never see him again. People make mistakes at the end of the day, and yeah, they were shocking. Shocking mistakes, especially the one where he swung his boot and missed it and then fell over. But you've got to have a bit of empathy with him. There's no point slaughtering the geezer. Ain't going to make no difference. But like I say, I'll be shocked if you see him again. Morning, Drewler. Says the morning after the night before. What actually happened? God knows, Drewler. I've got no idea. That first 15 minutes was just unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was the slip and slide show. That game was a disgrace. 11 men on the pitch looking like they were at a Diddy party. Yeah. Not a Champions League game. Nobody could stay on their feet. Nobody could pass a ball straight. And the basics were completely gone. Seriously, what are we doing here? And the biggest question of all, how have I woken up and he's still in a job? Make it make sense. Well, like a few of the boys have said, normally Spurs are like a 10 o'clock team, aren't they? Wait till 10 o'clock. If he's sacked, get it in the chat. Get it in the chat. Let me know. It's It's just shocking. I ended up with my head in my hands here during this watch along last night. Look, I just don't know what's going on. Dear. Yeah, sub to Stel. Get over to Stel's and give him a sub, please. Morning to Ange. I hope you're well, Ange. Good morning, all. Another wonderful day in the land of the living. Rodney's in. Big up, Rodders. Yeah, you can. You can absolutely be a member. Thanks, Mark. Joey says, fuck me, that was awful. I've changed my opinion, even taking out the individual errors and looking back, it was awful. There you go. And that was my foot. Colin's in. Morning to Colin. Boradar, Colin, from a very sunny North Wales. Well, from a very cloudy Oldham, and we've had some rain as well overnight. It definitely ain't sunny here this morning, peeps, unfortunately. Scott's in. Morning to Scott. Hope you're well, Scott. And Mark's in as well. Big up to you, Mark. Hashtag anyone but Frank, he says. Ghosted says, big up to me. Big up to you, Ghosted. Hope you're well. And Marianne, YouTube member as well. Big up to you, Marianne. And good morning to you and all in the chat. Logan's in as well. Morning, Cookie. And the chat. Big up, everyone. And Golden Sun says, I've had it with these players. Out them all. What are people's suggestions now? What do we do now? Are people resigned to that these performances are not going to improve? I don't know. What did people think of last night? Perhaps I'm getting the wrong end of the stick. I don't know. Maybe the second half was a little bit better. Maybe the second half was a little bit better. But at the end of the day, it's just not good enough. The setup from the manager was awful for me, anyway. And the start of the game was just something like I've never, ever seen before. To have all that go wrong in the first 15-odd minutes, it's just unfathomable in my head. If I didn't know any better, yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd say there was something going on. But there is a problem with the pitch. They've had it relayed in November. Their players are complaining about it as well and have been for months. They had something go on at that ground, some sort of event, and it wrecked the pitch. They had to relay the pitch in November. People slipping and sliding about it, like we saw last night. Unfortunately for us, we got 30 minutes on it, you know, and if we trained on it or whatever beforehand, they play on it every week. And that's not an excuse, by the way, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. But there was a problem. I've read about it this morning, and there is a problem with a pitch, big chunks coming out of the turf, people going over all the time. But we should have been better prepared at the end of the day. You know, for me, I'll call the kit man out. What's he doing? Whoever deals with the boots and the studs and the blades and whatever they're wearing. You know, I saw Danzo and Mickey Vadeved had studs in last night, and Romero, I believe, as well. And they were still slipping over. Mario's in. Morning to you, Mario. I hope you're well, mate. He does, absolutely. He's got to go, but it's the incompetence of this board that keeps him on and keeps him in a job. And the longer it stays in a job, I don't care, I'll say it. The longer it stays in a job, I feel like they're just like letting us fall away. As late as it is now, you've got to remember we're still there with Forest and West Ham. We're not, you know, detached. There's no reason why the board can't change the manager. Whether that's the answer or not, I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. I think these wanker players have just tucked us all up, basically. I think they've tucked us all up. I've never seen in these last few games such a lack of anything. It's anything. Again, there was a bit more effort last night, but it all went wrong so early. And I suppose we could have just totally capitulated after that, and we didn't. We didn't. We kept going. It's madness, absolute madness. I just don't know what we're doing. And I'm not being funny, right? Some of these team selections from Igor, I know he's got to try and work out what he's doing as he's been just dropped into this big, football stadium, not aware of everything else that's going on. He's come out in his press conference last night. We know there's something going on between the board and the players. Because this level of, again, I'll say it, on the pitch, incompetency, it is beyond anything I've ever seen before, let alone from a Premier League club. Morning, Marios. Suit measure, big up to you. Kinski was just insult to injury. Let's play him in a big match after sitting on the bench for months. There you go. When was his in morning cooking and all? Will something happen at 10 a.m.? Keep up with the text. I will do my best. Yep, get over to Nige. Great show this morning, Nige. Get over to Nige and smash him a sub. Might need some sort of update, mate. We'll need some sort of update. Absolutely. Absolutely, Adam. Welfare check required today for Spurs fans. If you know one, check in on them. Absolutely. Billy's in. Morning to you, Billy. I hope you're well, kid. Waiting for the news that Tudor has been sacked. I think we all are. Billy. Morning, Everman. Hope you're well. Agreed, Logan. Agreed. Yeah. Joey says text from the niece. Hold on. Could be something interesting. The inside information from Joe. Get in there, Joey. Morning to you, Yid. I hope you're well. You'd 86. I hope you're good, mate. You have to, mate, for me, when I'm sitting here talking to you, unfortunately. You have to sit back and watch it, and it still didn't make no sense. To be fair, Ghosted, God knows, mate. God knows what any of them are doing. Any of them. I've got no idea. No creativity on the pitch. And we bring Xavi Simons on in the 80th minute. 83rd minute, whatever it was. Whether he's good enough or not, it don't matter. He's supposed to be the geezer that's making things happen on the pitch for you. Well, if he's not on the pitch, he can't make it happen, can he? We needed, no offence to Archie Gray and Sarr, right? But we needed men in there last night, proper men in the middle of that midfield. They don't like it up them. We stuck it up them a couple of times, yeah, and straight away they're on the ref, crowding. They don't like it. Typical Spanish, rolling around all over, guys. Kick the fuck out of them. Let them know you're about. At least let them know you're about, which we did a couple of times, but we didn't let it continue. Listen, these players have got to show some bollocks from somewhere. All right, we was talking about this nearly 4 weeks ago now. Get your nuts out and put them on the table. Unfortunately, it all looks like they've got vaginas, doesn't it? No offence to ladies. This is a joke, man, this football club, honestly. Get to the protest at the Nottingham Forest game if you want to try and see some change at your football club. Because this lot, yeah, they'll run you into the ground, or they'll try to. They try and get rid of the supporters that have supported the club all their life. The 50s and the 60-year-olds, even the 40-year-olds. They're trying to out everyone. They don't want us there. They want all the youngsters in the ground. They want all the day trippers in the ground. They don't give a monkeys about the football. This is the board I'm talking about. You know, does anyone give a monkeys at the club at the moment? Because I can't believe so many different people come in and the performance doesn't change. Yeah, we was up against a very good side last night. But how many goals do we have to concede under Igor? 15 now. He's only been here 4 games. May the force be with you, Lee. You'll probably need it today, mate, after that shite last night. Big up, Phil. He says, big up, Cookmaster. Today's word on Sesame Street is calamitous. It was brought you by the number 5 and the letter P for pampered. There you go. Big up, Phil. Mark says, if Judy gets sacked today, breaks the record for shortest managerial reign in Premier League history, both in days and number of games. De Boer. And also he's lost, how many games has he lost now? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 6? Can't remember. Whatever it is. It's not good anyway. It's not good. He's not got a point since he's been here. And again, I'm not having a go at him. I'm not. I just, to a point I can, I suppose, because I think his team selections have been horrendous, to be quite honest. And I know, like, when you're getting players sent off and you've got to shuffle around a bit and bits and pieces and all that. But put some round pegs in round holes, man. Jesus, you're meant to be the saviour. You're meant to save all these football teams. Well, what do you actually do when you go in there, man? Because, no offence to you, but this lot ain't responding. And the big question is would they respond to anyone? We're all sitting here saying, yeah, get Redknapp, get Sherwood, get this one, get that one, get someone that's to do with Tottenham. Yeah, that's the last throw of the dice because I don't want my football club to go down. So get someone in there that's associated with a football club. I couldn't give a toss if the players have never heard of them. If they haven't, go and do a bit of research. Because I'll tell you something, I'll say it again. I saw our team go down in 77, right? And they gave a damn sight more fight than what this lot are bloody doing. Generally. Not all of them, generally. It's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. It's a bloody Champions League game last night. Yeah, we're probably not going to get any further. But try and get some confidence out of it. Instead, we've walked out of there even more with our chin on the floor. Kev says, good morning. Cookie and chat. I'm fully expecting an announcement that Tudor's gone. Me too. Me too. I bet you won't hear a word until after the Liverpool game. What a mess. An absolute mess, mate. An absolute mess, Kevin. Morning to Sully. Hope you're well, mate. Morning, Cookie. New debts are to spare reached. I expect Tudor to go to Dan Mason to come in. Try to have a good day, everyone. Come on, you Spurs. It's very difficult to have a good day, Sully, after shit like that. But I do agree with you, mate. Because we will chew over the fat in the next few days. And, maybe after a couple of days, your head settles down a bit and you can see things a bit more clearly. You know me, you lot. I'm very, because it's been going on so long, I just get upset very quickly about it. Get very frustrated that that our football team is just, I almost feel like it's being dismantled in a way. Not, how can you go this long with the players playing as badly as they are? It's not even if it's one player, all right, Archie Gray the other day in the Palace defeat, but I'm talking about someone with a bit of technical ability. You're telling me there's not one player on that pitch that can drum up a bit of magic? Not one. Lee's forgot his sandwiches, so no update today. You'll have to go to the butty stall, Lee. Joey says 2 managers have turned us down. The office staff feeling that Lily Whitehouse's decision is being made today. We certainly have, Colin. We certainly have. It's not a wet lettuce anymore. It's an iceberg. Get in. Yeah, he's done him, mate, unfortunately. And again, he has made mistakes, but and the other thing is as well is he's played Kinski last night. Again, no disrespect to Kinski, but he's dropped him in. And as bad as you think Vic is, and I'm not defending him, he had the best record in the Champions League for a goalkeeper throughout the round robin games. There you go. Joey there's a bit of information for you from Joey. Do yourselves a favour, watch the goals back and watch Pedro Porro. We say no more. We say no more. SOS Harry and Tim. Well, apparently Harry's going to the South African I'm a Celebrity. I don't know what we're meant to do now, to be honest with you. I think, Sherwood's very outspoken. Oddle's had a heart attack. Anyone else want to put in a? Thanks, sweetheart. So, anyone else want to put in a name to take over and get us out of trouble? Who actually gets something out of these players now? Is there anyone? Bollocks, is there anyone? And why ain't there anyone? Why ain't there anyone? Sabotage and negligence. What? Listen, at least Marinakis, when he saw his team was on a downer, whatever you think of him, he done something about it. Our lot are just sitting there. They're just sitting there. We are now 7 games away from Championship football. And before anyone says anything, I know that was Champions League last night, right? But from somewhere, in some way, shape or form, you have to find a bit of confidence. And how are you going to find it when shit shows like that are going on last night? Just basic, Igor. Just go basic. And go from then. If you haven't got the basics, what have you got? I don't understand what he's trying to achieve. I really don't. Yep, absolutely. 120 of you in here this morning. Hit that like button for us. Get us over 50. I've got no idea what it's on. There you go. Not enough. Hit that like button for us. Get it to over 50, and then we can go from there. Hit the sub button if you haven't. We've just gone over 1,000, and we're just going to continue to grow and get you lot in here. So hit that like button and hit that sub button for us, please. Appreciate it, everyone. Thank you. Morning to Lee. Hope you're well, Lee. Quite appropriate, says Finn, that Tudor's initials on his jacket are IT, because just like the film of the same name, we are a horror show with a clown in the leading role. Phil says, hopefully now, after Kinksky fans wouldn't be asking for young players in a hostile environment like the Riyadh Air Metropolitano. Are people calling for Harry? Just doing it to wind me up, Joey says. Or just that they have no ideas left? No, I'm running out of ideas, Joe, if you're directing that at me, mate. I've run out of ideas, mate. I don't know who saves this lot. If anyone, I really don't think there's anyone out there. They don't give a fuck, mate. They don't give a toss. They really don't. They're being led in the wrong direction by the manager. I don't know what he's saying to them. I've got no idea why he's not playing senior players. You know, will the excuse be, I wanted to keep them back for Liverpool? Well, I'm sorry. Put the kids out there then in the Champions League game and save all of them. It's an absolute piss take. Honestly, this is. I know it's one defeat amongst many, but at the end of the day, you know, you've got to try and find a way. And if these players are not interested in finding, or the majority of them, I can't tarnish all of them with the same brush, but generally, decisions made by the players, decisions made by the manager, decisions made by the CEO and the DOF, decisions made by the board. What chance have we got when you've got a board that have got no football experience apart from one fella? And then when decisions are being made, they're going over the top of the two of them that are meant to be in charge. And they ain't got a Scooby what they're doing either. So where does it all end? Do we just carry on in this magnificent multi-purpose stadium? Or do we carry on just being diluted? It's up to us. We're the only ones that can change it now. Listen, protest might well not get Enoch out. But if enough people turn up, and to the one at the Brighton game, and I'm sure they'll continue, hopefully leading on to something massive at the last game of the season. It's just not good enough. People pay good money to watch this. Right? You know, you got fans going out there to Bilbao last night. To Madrid, sorry. I mean, come on, man. It's not good enough. Porro last night. Nothing to the fans. Straight down the tunnel. Come on, people. It's probably cost them for a night out with their flight and everything else, you know, and drinks. And if they're staying over, even if they ain't staying over and they're flying back, what's it cost them? 500-600 quid? That's all right, though. Let's hope he does. Let's hope he don't, Ange. I think he's done at our place, unfortunately. Yep. Cookie played Kinksky, dropped our recent goal scorer Solanke. Knows how your creative in midfield. No Pauline in midfield with Gallagher. The guy's completely out of his depth. He needs to go now, mate. Bacon rolls for John this morning. And he says, fuck Spurs. Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of feeling like that this morning, mate. Be a lot of feeling like that this morning. Eager has been dropped in it, but he ain't got a flipping Scooby. Just go. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Vic, useless, but doesn't let goals in the Champions League. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Look, we've got a massive issue at the club now. The goalkeepers, I don't know. You know, Kinksky, that was Kinksky. Vicario, listen, tell me, anyone. Tell me. Yeah? In all honesty, and bear in mind, Paulini is not our player. If we stay up next season, right? This season, sorry. Who are you keeping? Who are you keeping in this team? Now, I'm talking about the players that are available. Yeah, forget the ones that are injured and are still injured. Yeah. Because there's something to come back that you might keep. But I'm talking about from what you've seen tonight or last night, who are you keeping for another Premier League year next year if we stay up? Morning to Claire. Hope you're well, Claire. Hope you're well. It felt like it, Claire. Watching it, it felt like dancing on ice. Agreed with that. Golden Sun. He says Kinski shouldn't even be at the club. It's on us fans for accepting it. Well, we have accepted it, unfortunately, and it is what it is. Prez, yup, dancing on ice, mate. And this is a good example. Karius, the Liverpool keeper, he's now at Schalke. So there is life after Spurs for Kingsley. And luckily enough for him, he's young, isn't he? He's a young fella. Hopefully he can rebuild his career elsewhere. I can't see him playing for Spurs again. I could be wrong, but... And says the ref was a criminal. I'm not that far behind, Joe. I'm not that far behind, mate. Only 20-odd minutes. Thought I was flying, to be fair. Yep, slipped for the first, huge mistake for the third. Swung his old left foot. Obviously wasn't looking at the ball. And what happened, happened. I've got no idea, Lee. I've got no idea. Perhaps it was the clamour of fans not happy with him in the Premier League. I don't know. You saved yourself, John, because honestly, you'd have been throwing your bacon roll at the telly, mate, and probably your pint of lager and your cup of tea at the same time. I never launched this out the window last night. This telly, I will never know. I will never know, mate. Yeah, Maurizio was there last night as a guest of Athletico. Wonder what he was thinking. If he had doubts on coming back, I think what he saw will make his mind up to stay away. Kate says, good morning, Anton. Can't understand why Kinks is playing. It was an absolute shit show of calamities. I don't get it either. I don't get it. John saying, I've been saying play Richie and Solanke up front for a while. Tell and Mawani are dog shit. Get rid. Colin says, my son phoned me from Oz. Dad, I can't take this club anymore. I apologise for giving him this club to support. As you all know what I mean, this club is cursed. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Has it got that bad that the lads are ringing their dads up? Do you know what I mean? Ringing their dads up. And we're talking about grown men here that have had enough. How much can you get put through at the end of the day? Because every game it's something. If it ain't the selection, it's the players not doing it. If it's the players not doing it, it's just a shit show. An absolute shit show. Mark says, personally, if Poch is a target, go and get him now. Martin O'Neill is doing a dual role with his Northern Ireland position, so get Poch to do the same. His assistants can cover any clashes with the USA. Lean says, the boot situation is unforgivable. No one even wants to change their boots. No one even went to change their boots. All-time low. Relegated Hotspur, you asked where do we go from here? I think the answer is Marks and Sparks to buy our raincoats for Tuesday nights in Stoke. There were, Joe. There were a few of them slipping about, not to the extent that we were. I'm just giving you the pitch was relayed. I've read it this morning before I've come on this morning. I just saw a little bit. It said about the pitch being relayed in November. Athletico have been moaning about it, that they're slipping and sliding all over the place. And there were a few, they didn't go down like ours were, But there were a few of them slipping and sliding about. I'm just giving you the information, Joe, of what I've read. I'm not using it as an excuse whatsoever. It was shocking, mate. Absolutely shocking. Good morning, Sporting. Hope you're well, mate. Did you get the message? Yeah, you would have done. Yeah. Big up to you. Jez is in. Big up to you. Strangest nightmare. At least I hope it was. Colin says the Newcastle players were slipping also yesterday. Sensible centre. Have you seen TalkSport lately, Jamie O'Hara having to put a brave face on it? I know he weren't happy, Bunny, last night. I didn't watch any of it. I saw a little clip saying that he wasn't an happy bunny. I don't know what the limit is, Eamon. I know there used to be a limit on the length of stud you could have in a football boot. And rugby players, that's it. Rugby players used to be able to have a longer stud, but that was years and years ago. You know, there's lots of bladed boots about now. But like I say, I had a good look when people were slipping over it and stuff like that. And there was 3 or 4 at least of our players that I saw that had studs in. So I've got no idea. I've got no idea. You know, that for me, that's down to, you know, the people behind the scenes. Even to the say what I said last night, look, if they're struggling with a pitch, at least someone go in and tell them they're watering it. Has anyone gone in and told them that? Adam says we're a laughing stock. It's doing his Sweden. Yeah. John says they cheated us on that pitch. They wet the fuck out of it knowing we would play along the floor. They chip it over. Big up to you, John. No, Ellie, not as far as I know. It's 10 past 10. I haven't heard anything, but I'm going to flick down through the chat in a minute. I'll just make sure that there's no one here that I haven't not said hello to, and then we can catch up. Kudos is in. Just waiting for the season to end. Wish I could simulate till the end of the season like in FIFA or Football Manager. Ellie says in the studio, Joe Hart last night, and now Peter Schmeichel said Igor Tudor's blanking of Kinski was cold and killed his career, crushed the lad. I don't think he shook anyone's hand, Ellie, did he? Don't think he shook anyone's hand. Big up, Mark. Mark says, I still have people telling me last night Tudor is better than Frank. Some of our Jet fans just won't accept it's all gone wrong. And no, and still under some rock or in a cave somewhere. I mean, you know, we're all sitting here now. What do we do now? I'm at a point now where I really don't think it matters. You know, get in who you're going to get in. Let's see what they can do. I've almost accepted now that we're going down looking at these performances. You know, I keep trying to find that little glimmer of hope, trying to keep that bit of positivity. And it's really difficult when you're watching what you're watching. It's so difficult. But again, it is what it is. We're only going to go to 10:30 by the morning this morning, everyone. I've got loads of jobs to do. And also I've got a video to do of the allotment today because we've made significant progress in the last week. So we will get a video up and get that out today. So you can go to Nanny and Grandad audits for that if you're interested in the allotment, just to see what's going on. Big up to all of you. You're probably not, but it might be a welcome distraction from this shit show, mightn't it? You know what I mean? Our results under Tudor, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-2. 6-0 coming Sunday if Tudor stays. Jimmy says Laurel and Hardy couldn't fool around that much. Absolutely, Wayne. Wayne, absolutely. No bollocks, mate. None of them. Let's just say as it is. They've got no bollocks. None of them. How many games do you have to watch? Listen, forget who the manager is. Let's just forget that part of it at the moment. You can have Pep standing there if you want, right? Let's look at these, and let's not go back into the absolute tragedy that we've been watching for the last couple of years in the Premier League. I'm talking about, right? We have been awful. We're sitting here as fans saying, what hope have we got of staying up? There's always a hope. There's always a miracle. But who the bloody hell comes into this club, yeah, and fixes these players when the majority of them have already checked out? It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. And again, not just from them. They're the ones that have left this situation. Yeah, they kept Frank, did nothing in the transfer window. They knew we had an injury crisis, kept him till the window shut, then binned him, and then brought a manager in with no experience of the Premier League, and just dropped him in. And come on, people, there's 100 of you in here. Hit that like button for us, please, and hit that sub button if you don't mind. If you want to hit the sub button, that is, but hit that like button. There's been over 120 of you in here this morning. We can get to 100 likes this morning. Just give it a spank for us. See if we can get there by 10:30. Big up to you, Wayne. 4 games, 4 losses, 15 goals conceded. Can't put round pegs in round holes. Don't understand the players or the league. Get out. There you go. People are getting a bit upset now this morning, unfortunately. We would have lost 1-0 under Frank and nicked a few crucial points. This grass isn't always greener. Stop blaming managers. Listen, it's past managers now. I think we can all see that. You know, these are professionals at the end of the day, and to be playing like they are, the majority, again, I'm talking about the majority. You know, managers are there to lift players. But again, I'll go back to my earlier point. Something is going on with these players and the board. I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it. I'm of the opinion, like we were promised this, that, and the other, like we normally are. I think maybe a few of the players have worked it out, and perhaps they were promised as well. And it hasn't happened, and they're down tools. Perhaps it's as simple as that. That's a stat, isn't it? In his first 4 games, in the first half alone, we've conceded 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Progressively worse each game. And bear in mind, last night, he played a 3 again, which it obviously doesn't work with what's going on at the moment. Yeah, again, we say go back to basics, right? But you've got Van der Ven, Romero, and Denzo there last night. They are our 3 centre-backs, right? And they've got ripped a new one last night. Absolutely ripped a new one. I'm just lost with it now. Honestly, I'm just lost with it. I've never seen anything like it. Not one player that certain Spurs pundits predicted was going to revolutionise and transform us has. Agreed, we are Spurs TV. Joey wanted Robbie Keane, but even now, that's not the right appointment. What is the right appointment now? Where do you go now? He's got to go. And if he don't go, I think there'll be uproar, to be quite honest with you. Absolute uproar. Something has to be done. So I don't know what. I honestly, I'm as I'm getting redder and redder while I'm talking to you, because I'm so pissed off and frustrated. I don't know what the answer is now. I honestly don't know. I won't say my name again that I want, because Joey will get the ump. I don't think that can happen anyway. Maybe it can, but I don't think it can if he's doing what they say he's doing. So I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. Well, one thing we can't do is keep Igor. Just put the geezer out of his misery. Let him go and write a book about it, and then we'll all know exactly what was going on. Because I think, regardless, by the end of the season, stay up or go down. It's all coming out. Because I think too many players have got the arse. Sorry again if I miss any comments. Big up to Nige. Big up to Nige. Hope you're well, fella. William Webb's in. Big up to William. 2 directors of football, incompetent managers, owners who are profit orientated. 6 losses in a room, soon to be 7, plus a Spurs record. They don't care. True fans sold out. Yeah, 6 in a row is a record, I believe. First team to lose 6 in a row. Does anyone remember the shocking Derby side? Do you remember the Derby County side? A few years, well, quite a long time ago now. Don't know. It was shocking. I don't know how many points they got out of the whole season. Not many. I don't see us being much better than that. And we're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League. You know, a virtue of winning the Europa League last year. You know, what squad strengthening have they done upstairs? What's Vinay and Langbin doing? Nothing. Nothing. Listen, someone has got to make a decision to get footballing people into this club, whether it be this season, whether it starts next season, whatever it is, right? These players, to me, are done and dusted. Sorry to use Danny's phrase there. It was the first thing that came into my head. Listen, you not know me. I can't sit here and say I don't care, right? I can't sit here and say I don't care, because of course I care. The same as all you lot care. But they're running us into the ground so much that it's almost like they're trying to make you not care about your football club. And honestly, I'll go back to it again. We have to protest. If we don't, no one else is going to change anything. As difficult as it is, we have to come out in numbers, or we're lumbered with what we've got. I'm talking about board-wise. Perhaps it is the best thing. Perhaps it is the best thing to get relegated. Everyone go, get rid of all of them. Anyone that's worth anything. Yeah, start with a younger team in the Championship, add a few bods to it. But it's all the complications that come with it. This is the problem. 1, do you come back up again? 2, your wage limit has got to be cut drastically, which it will be by the fire sale. But that's just to get to the 100 million, the Championship limit. I've no doubt, you know, we know we've still got 600 million under PSR or whatever it is. But I don't know if that then counts when you go down into the Championship. Someone will tell me. Honestly, it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. Excuse me. Let's keep going down, see if we can see anyone else. Sorry to jump all the comments. Russell's in. Big up to you, Russ. Tudor seems to have stopped the boat comments for now. Yeah, he's sunk, mate, isn't he? That's why he's gone down like the Titanic, mate. 15 conceded in 4 games, whatever it is. Come on, man. Yeah, here's a little teaser for you. I'll give you a little teaser, right? Eagles conceded 15 goals in what is 4 or 5 games, whatever it is, right? Did you know when Toby and Jan under Poch, you all know that we had 2 seasons, yeah, that we conceded the least goal in Europe. I think it was 24 goals in 1 season. In 1 whole season, 24 goals and 29 goals in the other season. And again, I'm there to be corrected. It could be less, right? But in a season, we're talking about Eagles halfway there already and more than halfway there on the better season. It can't be allowed to continue. I'm sorry, right? Mark always says this. He always says to me, who's accountable for them fuckers upstairs? There ain't no one accountable for them. That's the bloody problem. Only Smoking Joe, and he's got his whole family in there by the sound of it, running in, apart from all the other gooners that are in with us that don't want to be at their own club. So they've come over and sabotaged ours because he can't do his fucking job properly. Bellend. The pair of them. There you go. Joey says it all, mate. Absolutely says it all. Cool. Jess is in. Big up to you, Jess. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, Jess. Listen, keep smashing that like button for us. Still 80 of you in here this morning. I know others have come on, but hit that like button for us. And if you haven't subbed, keep subbing. Coover says he's seen, morning to you, mate. He says, I've seen plenty of managers sacked that I was happy about, but this is the first manager I actually hate. The polar opposite of the man manager I thought we needed. Julia says she'd rather keep Igor than Mason. Jeez. Frank out from John. Sorry, you're all chatting between yourselves. Lee says, I can't believe footballers need a kiss and a cuddle to play well. They're flipping grown men. There you go, mate. Ellie says, who sabotaged us? Changed the players' boots as the Athletico players I only saw countless slip by our players who only saw them slip once. Ellie, I don't know what was going on, Ellie. Honestly, it's just a whole shit show. The whole thing is a nightmare. Mark says, for all the grief he got, we could do with the likes of Højbjerg right now. He'd be ripping most of these players to shreds for their attitude. For all his faults, he is a leader, and we have none, mate. We have none. Romero ain't no leader. Van der Ven's not a leader. We ain't got players on the pitch that talk. I just think they've given up, man. Honestly, I do. I just think now that some of these lads know that they're off. Agents are already dealing with stuff. All gets kept under the thing, but big up to Scott, by the way. Big up, Scott. Nige says, we need a manager that gets the players on board. Tactics are now out of the window. Correct. F. Sank, morning cookie. I'll despair if Tudor survives the day and he's sitting on that bench. He can't be. He can't be, F. Sank. He can't be. I'm sorry. That can't happen again. It can't happen again, mate. It's you know, you can only get beaten down so much at the end of the day. And the time will come where you have enough. You know, we've just got to get through to the end of the season now. Get through to the end of the season. I'm resigning myself that if these players don't change what they're doing, yeah, we're gone. We are gone. And then they've got 3 months to sort out. Them upstairs are going to have 3 months to sort out who's going, who's coming in, who's staying, who the manager's going to be. Get the 2 wet lettuces out that are absolutely clueless. So you need a new DOF, you need a new CEO, yeah, and that's without changing any of the Muppets that are on that board at the top there, coin in their pocket. Well, the only thing coming out of supporters' pockets is money travelling around the bloody world watching this absolute disgusting pile of shit. All them lot that went last night should be refunded. The whole fucking lot of them. June says, we're in so much shite. Absolutely, we are. I'm trying to keep myself a little bit calm here because I'll go off on one. I'll have a mental one. That might be later, to be honest, in the evening. Looking forward to Lee says Igor doesn't understand football. Kudos says, I don't blame Kinski. The whole team was slipping and sliding. Unfortunately, if you're a goalkeeper, you're the last line of defence. He blanked Kinski, blanked everyone from what I see. We are Spurs. Even when Spence came off, he ignored him, went and sat down, and then Spence came back over, tapped him on the shoulder and put his hand out. And this is what I mean. You see, you've got to have some sort of connection to your players. If you've got no connection to your players, as we saw last night, yeah, you see what happens with the end result. You know, that kid made two bad mistakes last night and he let him walk down a tunnel without even stopping him for a minute and having a word in his shell. Oh, Baz, was you watching the same game, mate? Eh? But there you go. It is what it is. 3 horrendous errors, Barry, unfortunately. And it's one of them. There you go. I think this is down the rope we could be going down, mate. Listen, I hope they don't give Glenn another heart attack if he goes in there. There you go. There's another name. It's all blasts from the past, isn't it, though, unfortunately? And whether these players of today would respond to players of yesteryear or not. You know, I was like, I'll say it once more, Joey. As you know, I wanted Redknapp because I thought he could speak to him, could talk to him, cajole him. But I think it's past that. I really don't think it matters now. I really don't think it matters. I think they're gone. Honestly, I just think that they've lost it. There's another name, Neil Warnock. Houdini. Kevin Muscat. Golden Sun says Robbie is our only hope. Great shout here, Klinsman. Don't know whether that'll work or not, but it's another shout out. Mark says Big Sam, Tony Pulis, Sheen Dyche all do better than Tudor. That's how desperate we are. Dingo Yid's gone Kinsman and Keane. Tim Sherwood, if no Harry for Lee. Leslie's in morning all. Frank and his staff weren't impressed with Skinski during training at Hotspur away and made it clear they would be looking for a new keeper next summer. Right, there we go. Big up to you, Finn. Big up, mate. He says, I'm a Celebrity was pre-recorded, Cookie. Only the final show is live. Harry is available. Sorry about that, Joey, but I had to read that one out from Finn there, obvious reasons. Come on, Harry! Come on! Get in there. Sorry, Joe. Coover says, Harry, Sherwood, Oddle or Keane, if you can give him the job regardless of if we stay up or not. Yeah, it's just the same names, isn't it? I think everyone wants a bit of a, you know, as a last resort, a bit of a Tottenham loving. You know, and I can't blame fans at the end of the day because, you know, where do we look? Where do we go with it? What manager that's not related to Spurs as such is coming into this for 6 games, 7 games? I've got no idea. I know De Zerbi's been mentioned, but are they going to give him the job for 6 games? You know, he's going to want a contract going into next season. I don't know. Perhaps they are going to tap Poch up, see if he can do it. Listen, we're all just throwing stuff out there, and I think the overall consensus is that a lot of Spurs fans, just for the last few games, want to see if an old Tottenham favourite, if you like, an old Tottenham legend, whatever, can get something out of these players. Kev, I can't, but what a shocking head clash that was. It's not as if one got the other one. They're both coming at each other. And to be fair, right, I know we want the players on the pitch, but they should have been on the sidelines as soon as it was, as soon as they could be moved. Romero carried on, and then he's on his knees at the end of the game a few minutes later. Mark says, Keane isn't current Spurs, sadly. He's a god at his current club, Ferencvaros, yeah. Come on, Logan, you tell them, mate. You tell them. Still 80 people in here this morning. Come on, chat. Let's get Cookie up over 50 likes. Well, I can tell you we're over 50, and we're on the way to 100. Yeah, we're at 70 exactly. So if you haven't hit the like button, please keep hitting it. Keep hitting the sub. It's the only way we can get out there. And if just one of you after the video goes in later on, you'll see there's a hype thing there in the comments. You just switch across. It says hype for however many points, whatever it is. Just hit one of you hit that button for us. It just helps a little bit more. Appreciated from everyone. Thank you. Jezza says Zidane. Can't see him coming, Jezza. Can't see him coming, mate. And Big L's in. Big L, big up to you. Hit that sub button, Big L. Hit the like button. Who really wants to go near this? He says. God knows, mate. Because it's been left to go so long, Big L, that with 7 games left, whatever it is in the Premier League, mate, they don't care. They really don't. They'll make a change probably. And if they don't, it just shows you, for me, if they leave Tudor in till the end of the season, it just shows to me they're sabotaging the club, mate. Because no one in their right mind leaves this manager in charge. No one in their right mind. And again, I don't blame him. He's been, his setups have been shocking. I just don't think he's got a Scooby about what's going on at Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. And again, I'll say it. Yeah, it's got a lot more to do. Some of these players are upset with the board for whatever reason. Again, I've got no doubt at the end of the season, it's all going to come out. Yeah, Pochettino looked dumbstruck yesterday. He absolutely did. Right, let's just see if anyone else is in the chat, because I really need to get cracking on. Way behind here. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone out. I've got to... Here we go. Big L. No structure, no discipline, no fight, no spirit. From top to bottom equals disaster. But what gives these players the right to not be putting it in, Big L? It's not like it's, we've been watching games and watching games and watching games for weeks and weeks and weeks now. Yeah. And these players are just not doing anything. Lee says, Klinsmann, this ain't about tactics. It's about belief and doing the basics right. Let me see. Sorry, bear with me a minute, everyone. Bear with me a little bit. So many comments in here. Odd the God of White Hart Lane. Absolutely, Marianne. Absolutely. Well, Big L, they've got to do something at the end of the day, because if they go down, right, the wage bill has got to be trimmed by something like 160 million. And that's just to get in to the wage cap thing that's in the Championship. There's going to be a lot of players that are gone. That's before you can get anyone in. Don't blame the ref. We were shy. 10 a.m. has come and gone. Hang on a minute. Someone said, hang on, really? Sorry for not chatting. I'm just really trying to catch up here. a little bit. Leslie says, stop all this shaking hands, high-fiving players when they've been playing shite. What's wrong with some people? They are grown-up men, apparently. Agree with this. Start the prep now and try and somehow scramble into the playoffs next season. Yep, please subscribe if you're new and hit the like button. Thank you very much. It's more the Missy's channel than mine, Logan. I do the video. You know, I just help her out, obviously, with the videoing of the things. But yeah, she likes doing it, and there's some people that are interested in it. So it is what it is. There you go. There it is. There. If anyone likes a bit of gardening and so on and so forth, get subscribed to Nanny and Grandad Audits. Thank you, Drula. Cheers. Appreciate that. Big up, Harry. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you. Dean Saunders on TalkSport this morning said they've had Jose, Conte, Harry, Frank. It's not rocket science. It has to be substandard players. Big up, Mark. Big up to you, human. Thanks for that. Yeah, seriously. There you go. Enoch out from Marianne. Yeah, just raffle the job. Football for Dummies. Big up to you, Corey. 65 years is in. There are going to be many players and potential managers that just won't want to go to Spurs now. Yeah, 11 points, Derby. Derby got 11 points and one of the worst teams ever in the Premier League. We've got, 4 points in 10 games. So over the course of the season, if that carried on, we wouldn't be much better, would we? When you work it out. We'd end up on about 15 points, something like that. Current form. Yeah, William, Derby were the last team to have 11 English players in a side. They got relegated that year. Thank you for that. 10:20, still no announcement. Yeah, that means I'm still 20 minutes behind. And I'm going to have to blast up this chat now and apologise to anyone that I haven't shouted out. There's Cotters. I've just seen him there somewhere. Cotters, big up to you. Even if we played 4-5-1 and put players in their actual positions, we would still lose as they are not good enough. Agreed. Marcus says the only one playing at our stadium is Beyonce. Ghosted. Players are shit and taking us to the championship. We can blame managers as much as we want. I honestly believe players like VDV and Romero know the best way to get out of the club is to get relegated. Thanks, Sporting. And absolutely, you know, whether you think it's worth it or not, it's up to us now as fans, to start pushing Enoch out the door. The only way they're going to know is if thousands and thousands and thousands of fans turn up and make it clear. And then, even if you've got a ticket to the game, make it clear in the stadium. No Igor out. No players out. Enoch out. There can only be one message. Enoch out. Enough is enough. Big up, Joe. Big up, Joe. Big up. Eugene, he says, bring Ange back. Wesley, big up to you. Yep, show these owners we don't deserve their shit. There you go. I knew it was something like that, Ellie. I had 24 or 29 in me. It's 20-something. But there you go. 26 goals. Igor's conceded 15 in just a few games. It must tell you something, mustn't it? It must tell you something. Will do, Joe. Thank you, mate. Will do, mate. Yep. I'll be on, Joe. Don't worry, I'll be on. I'll go and have a little tinkle on that. It might cheer my day up. That one there, Ellie. There you go. If you're still in, Ellie. King Rasco Gray in the 120 at Cheltenham today. Pete's put the same. Big up to you, Pete. Hope you're well, mate. Keep smashing that like button for us, people. We're going in a minute, but hit that like button for us. Hit the sub button. Big up, Dash. Hope you're well, kid. Hope you're well, mate. Here we go. Vinay turned up at the training ground, according to Glug, 10 minutes ago. I would say around 11 a.m. we might know something. Big up, Corey. Hope you're good, mate. Let's have a look. Is anyone else in? Yeah, we've got to the bottom at last. There you go. Matt's in. Good up to you, mate. Big up to you, Matt. I hope you're good. Rob Belcher's in. Big up to you, Rob. We've got down to the bottom. Matt's here again. Who's next then for Spurs? I ain't got a Scooby, Matt. I ain't got a Scooby. If they're obviously they're making a decision up there, it could be fucking, who knows, mate? Who knows? Barney the dinosaur probably do a better job at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Listen, we're going to leave it there, peeps. Queen Ellie says she reckons they're sacking him. We'll see. We'll see. They might well do. It's not so much about sacking him. It's who they're going to put in charge, Ellie. Is it going to be another disaster? Trying, Coover. I'm trying, mate. Well, we've done a bit more. We've got the gate on yesterday. Lisa's sorted out the greenhouse. We've got a few panes of glass that we've got to get made to go in because they've got battered in that storm. So we've got some, the cardboard polystyrene things in a few of the squares. But we need to get some more glass cut and get some more glass put in, and then we're done. Yeah, I will enjoy the allotment today. Thanks very much, Kate. Listen, big up to all of you for being here. We had some great figures in today. On your way out, smash that like button. Hit the sub if you haven't. You're more than welcome. If you want to become a member, you're more than welcome to do that too, or super chats or stuff like that, just to let you know. Vindaloo, let me know when the protests are happening. That Enoch group are going to cost us 6 points a season. I am with you. Well, Vindaloo, Nottingham Forest game, 22nd of March. And then apparently there's one at the Brighton game. I would be very surprised if there's not a protest at the home games that are remaining. So there you go. Yeah, Joey. And anyone who goes over, leave a comment in the latest video. I ain't done today's one yet, but leave a comment just to give me a giggle, Joe, and Ellie, and anyone else, Kate and Drula. Cheer us up a bit. We're going to make way now. We'll see you soon. I believe Sava's on. Get over to Sava, see what he's got to say, or whoever you go and watch. I haven't sorted a redirect out because I didn't know what time I was finishing. I've gone 20 minutes too late as it is, but it is what it is. We may be back later on, but if we're not, we will see you tomorrow morning for the breakfast brunch. Keep your notification bells on just to show you that if we go live and we've only made sort of a decision half hour before, you'll get the bell. Okay? Big up to all of you. Keep your chins up, everyone. At the end of the day, as they say, it's only football. See you soon. Take care, everyone. Cookie and the share.